Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So welcome to another market open stream. Today, of course, we have to talk about the surge with Bitcoin, but not just Bitcoin. Here comes the meme coins. You have Doge, Shib, and even a new Inu coin that are all surging. So let's talk about it, and let's talk about what else is going on in the world today. And that is the market bell. So welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Bitcoin is looking like it wants to shatter its previous high today. 30,280. Previous high was only a couple hundred points higher, 30,555. We could certainly see that happen even during this stream. And not only Bitcoin today, Ethereum is surging. Ethereum is above 2,000 after its big upgrade yesterday, which I talked about. And I told you guys not to worry about unstaking. In fact, I have a little more to share about that. But today overall, pretty good day. And then, let's not forget the meme coins like Doge that's up 5% today. So let's talk about these things. The U.S. market is going to open in the green a little bit. And the reason being, well, we got another inflation reading today, PPI, which showed inflation going down. It matches CPI. In fact, it showed inflation going down a little bit more than expected. So that certainly helps. Also, the jobless claims came in higher than the expectations. That normally is not a good thing. But again, it helps alleviate this fear that Powell could continue his rate hikes. Okay, that's the only reason why. But we had 239,000 initial jobless claims versus expected 235. Last week was 228, right? So it's not like a really good thing, but you know what? That's the condition we are in right now, where softening economic data helps the markets. But you know what? Longtime Bitcoiner Mike Novogratz says this is the clearest trade right now. Although he doesn't just say Bitcoin. Long gold, euro, and Bitcoin. And he believes that Bitcoin will reach 40,000 very easily. Very easily, especially since we are at that time where the Fed stops raising rates and could even start cutting rates. Okay, and I've said that too. I don't believe the Powell is going to raise rates anymore. I think that's it. Where we are right now, 4.75 is pretty much done. But there's this notion that maybe he will be cutting later this year if the economic data continue to show weakness, right? So Mike Novogratz agrees, like, hey, if the Fed is about to pivot, you want to be in, because that's usually when things get wild and crazy and everyone starts, starts making boatloads of money if you're an investor. So that's what Mike Novogratz thinks, right? But right now we know Bitcoin is just moving according to schedule. Okay, we got the big halving event coming up. Here it is. Right now we're in the green, and you can see how similar it is to previous cycles, right? I mean, Bitcoin just... You can't stop Bitcoin, no matter what the conditions are. And short term, you can have bad actors, you can have black swan events, you could have a whole bunch of stuff thrown at it. But ultimately, it's moving the same way as always done since 2009 when it debuted, right? So, I mean, if you look at that, so similar, right? And we are at that point when Bitcoin starts moving upwards, right? Again, the timing of it all correlates. This is all fantastic stuff, right? But, if you zoom in a little bit rather than zoom out, if you look at the fractal pattern compared to 2019 or the movement, it's so similar. It's so similar. Now, there's a lot of theories that we're not going to be following this because we might actually start pumping way before the halving event. In 2019 and also in 2017, we kind of started pumping after the halving event. Pre-pumping a little bit before the halving event. You could see in 2019 from the bottom, Bitcoin went up 320% before it really started moving, right? Right now, we're up about 82% from bottom. So are we going to hit that 300% before the halving? Yes. But there are many people who think that, no, it could go even further than that. Screw the halving event. With all the fear about banks and everything else, we may just start going up before the halving event. Way more than that, right? So we'll see which one turns out to be correct. But nevertheless, we are heading higher. We're heading higher. And here's another one that looks at the trend line of the last 2 cycles versus now. And this has never been wrong. Whenever you break above that trend line from the previous top, that's when the new cycle starts. That's basically it. 2015, you see that trend line broken, boom. 2019, boom. Right now, 2023, boom. We're right above it. So, looking good. Looking real good. So, Bitcoin, of course, is looking good. But what about ETH? ETH, well, Ethereum had its big upgrade yesterday. So now you can unstake and stake as you please anytime. And right now, there are more people staking than unstaking. That's kind of what I figured. I'm not the only one that said that, but there was just fear that somehow there would be a massive unstaking, massive dumping. And I saw someone in the chat saying, well, I sold Ethereum at 1800 yesterday. Like, you know, sometimes the anticipation of fear is worse than the fear itself. That's what causes people to mass dump or panic sell, right? I mean, Ethereum is just fine. It's still the big daddy. Almost all the dApps out there that we use is still on top of Ethereum. The TVL and everything is still there. It's not the fundamentals of Bitcoin. I mean, Ethereum. I'm so used to saying Bitcoin. Fundamentals of Ethereum did not go away. So now this actually makes it, it takes away the fear. So it makes it so that more people want to stake now. So many people were sitting on the sidelines afraid to stake. Now they're not. And this is going to cause Ethereum to become more deflationary. I mean, a lot more. And I've talked about this. 15% of the circulation is staked. Imagine when 15% goes up to 70% on top of the burning, on top of the TVL and all the pools. I mean, Ethereum may be even more deflationary at this point or soon than even Bitcoin. That's how scarce it is or will become. So think about that. So I'm glad to see Ethereum making moves today, right? Up about 5%. They have been lagging behind Bitcoin. That can change. And I just noticed right up here on top, the ETH dominance went up by a full percentage point today. Yesterday it was like 18.3, 19.3. Is this the time for Ethereum to be shining? Could be. Could be. So glad to see Ethereum also doing very well today, and I think a lot of you guys are too. Now, what else is surging? Well, let's talk about Doge. Doge is surging because of some Elon news, okay? Not direct news, but it's pretty good. Twitter is partnering up, or X Corp, okay, whatever it's called now, is partnering up with eToro to let users trade stock and crypto. Okay, and this is coming out today. I don't know how integrated it is, or you press a link and it just goes to eToro. I mean, if that's the case, not that integrated. But if they can integrate it directly into Twitter, right, you know, most people on Twitter are not going to be trading stocks. They're going to be trading crypto, right? So this is the reason why Doge is going up, because Elon is finally building all these new features to make Twitter a super app, which is what he said at the beginning, right? Is starting to happen. And this is going to also help Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else out there that people love. So this is what's happening, right? So we'll see. Obviously I haven't tested it out yet, but if this is very successful, it'll be great. And then of course, we'd love to see Twitter come out their own wallet, their self-custody wallet, right? So if you buy from eToro, let's say, then you can hold it in the Twitter wallet. That would be even better, right? And that may be something he's working on right now. I don't know. But that's one of the reasons why Doge is going up today. Also, there's some controversy. People keep saying that Elon owned an emerald mine before. And then Elon said, I'll pay $1 million Doge for the proof of this mine's existence. And then someone found an article back in 2015 when Elon said that his father had a share in the emerald mine. So I don't know if this guy is going to be winning this $1 million Doge or not, but that has something to do with Doge. All right, now besides that, Shibarium, right, for SHIB, you know, you're seeing an increase in volume, a ton of volume on top, a ton of burning. So SHIB is also surging in terms of activity, but not so much with the price. I'm still actually quite surprised that the price has not moved that much recently. But Shibarium is going to be the big thing for SHIB going forward. It moves SHIB from being a token to a full-fledged chain, and we'll see how much more activity will be coming in the future. I'm pretty sure a lot more. Their metaverse is also coming out too, so keep that in mind. And then lastly, I don't know anything about this project, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've been noticing people are saying, well, look, Solana's surging, Solana's pumping up, right? What's the cause for that? Well, look at yesterday. Yesterday it went up like 15%. Today's up to, for the week, it's up 20%. And the only logical reason it's going up is due to this. There's a meme coin called bonk Inu, and they are rising up. They're getting really hot on Solana, and they just released their bonk swap. Okay, kind of like sheep swap, so that you can buy bonk with bonk swap using Solana, right? And you could also, their volume, the biggest volume is on Radium too, which is another DEX within Solana. So I believe the only reason why Solana is surging right now is due to this meme coin. Meme coins serve a purpose, and that is to draw a massive amount of people into the space, right? And when there's massive amount of people and FOMO, well, it causes surges. So I believe that's what's happening right now, in case you're wondering why Solana is coming up. No, it has nothing to do with the fact that people believe in Solana once again. It's just because you have a meme coin that's dominating right now. So that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Let's see what the U.S. market. Turned red for Dow again. NASDAQ is stronger today, so we'll take that. Bitcoin is still holding very strong. The entire market is up today. We'll take it, including Ethereum. So let's do some Q&A. Jimmy Butler, he's a whole coiner. Are you talking about Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat, who was once upon a time a Chicago Bull? I think he has way more than one Bitcoin. All right. Let's see. Let me scroll down from upwards. High from San Antonio. ARB is ripping. Arbitrum, let's see. What is Arbitrum doing? Oh, yeah, Arbitrum is doing pretty well, but it's still like $1 something. Yeah, I can't unsee that. I don't know how it debuted at $11. That was just ridiculous. But yeah, this is, okay. I guess 7-day, it is starting to move, so that's good. But L2s, you know, they're going to get their day. I mean, I think a lot of the L2s right now are very hot, and they will continue to do so because basically They're all running Ethereum dApps, right? This is why Ethereum is so strong. Because even though these L2s seem like they're really, really strong, but they're all Ethereum Solidity-based dApps using Ethereum virtual machine. So Ethereum, essentially they're helping Ethereum, right? Let's see. Yeah, FTX said that they're considering of relaunching again because they recover like $8 billion or something. I don't have that tweet anymore. Yeah, so supposedly yesterday I covered the lawyers of FTX said they recover like $7.9 billion. So they're actually thinking about just reopening rather than go through a bankruptcy process, just reopen. I don't know if that's a bullish move or bearish move. SBF won't be part of it though. That's a good thing. Henry is asking which will perform better in a bull run, ICP or Chainlink. If I had to choose the two, I would say probably ICP because it's an L1. Chainlink traditionally moves pretty slow. But with that said, I don't like ICP. So I would not choose ICP over the two. So in terms of answering that question, I would just say Chainlink then because I don't believe in ICP. Do I know about Bone Shiba swap? Yes. DXY is crashing. That's actually a really good thing. 100. That's very good. We want to see DXY go down, 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 down. The more it goes down, the better it is. Woody, I've been watching a coin, PolX. Shows all-time high 4,500. Now it's below a penny. What are your thoughts on this coin? I think you answered your own question. If that's really the reality, then why are you looking at it? It's not 4,500. You mean like here? I mean, this looks like it's dead. Absolutely dead. I don't like this. I don't know too much about this project. I can't answer that. And plus, it's a very low market cap. It looks like it's a dead project, Woody. There are much better buys at this point. MCT, you're asking about a token for a game within Gala, which I have no clue about, man. So your guess is as good as mine. I like Gala overall. I don't know about the game specifically and their token economics, which is weird because like Townstar had their own town token, but then they got rid of it and they're using Gala instead. I would figure every game within Gala would be using Gala tokens, but I guess that's not the case. Did I finish filming? Yes, of course. I was there for a week. We finished the whole season in 1 week. If Binance goes down, does it affect Trust Wallet? No, it won't. Nice Face says, I got a sizable six-figure ITrustCapital account. I got into January 2022. It's very diversified. Any thoughts what I should be holding in this account long term? Well, your question makes it seem like I'm your financial advisor, and I'm not. So I'm not going to be answering that. You have to figure out what to be involved with, what to invest in, what to hold. That's all up to you, my man. Thoughts on Litecoin? I have no thoughts on Litecoin other than if you want to be holding a store of value, you go with Bitcoin. Okay, it's as simple as that. How come you don't like to bet on Elon? You clearly love Dogecoin. With a coin like that and satellites he's putting up, you know, you're getting confused with the fact that he's only into Dogecoin because he thinks it's funny, not that he takes it serious. He has said that on many occasions. I like to bet on Elon with serious stuff like Tesla, which is the greatest EV company there is. Okay, just because he likes to talk and troll with Doge does not make it better than Bitcoin or, you know, the hundreds or thousands of other cryptos that have utility. Okay, so don't get the two mixed up and don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. BG, I appreciate a super chat, but I'm going to put you, I'm going to remove that because one thing I won't tolerate is people coming in, super chatting, and saying, oh, look at someone else, as if my channel is is an advertisement for someone else. So I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but don't do it again. I do have the greatest Litecoin NFT ever in history. So I know a lot of you guys, I know like Litecoin guys love me. Let me try to find it. I have the most valuable Litecoin NFT ever minted. There we go. NFT.com/Litecoin. For all you Litecoin lovers, you really love Litecoin that much? Well, you could own this bad boy for 100 ETH. What's your opinion on smart NFTs, their usage in gaming, like evolving skins, characters, land? You know, I think it makes sense, especially with weapons. I mean, weapons, armor, Miguel. I mean, it makes sense in games. You know, you have to fix your armor, you have to fix your weapon. They break. It makes sense with NFTs too, right? I just don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm sure they will. What are the odds of GBDC and ETH recovering its discount in 2023? It could. Probably won't recover fully until 2024. And it might not be an issue if Grayscale wins the lawsuit against the SEC and actually converts that Bitcoin ETF, which probably is happening soon. How do you see the debt ceiling issue affecting crypto? I mean, there's going to be no issue because Congress will just vote to increase it. No one wants to tackle that. No one wants to tackle the fact that the U.S. government's way, way, way overspends. They just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So overspending means more printing, which means, you know, you got to load up on Bitcoin. That's really my thesis around that. Yeah, the Arvin, the thing is, Lucky Man, appreciate that super sticker. The thing is, we cannot default. If we default, it will be Armageddon for the U.S. because that means we won't be able to pay interest or even repay bonds that we have borrowed. I mean, we borrowed money from other countries. So if we're unable to pay the interest back or even pay them back what they're due, our credit rating will drop hard. Okay, us as a country will no longer be investable by other countries, and then that means we can't borrow money in the future, and that means we need to print more money. But we would need to print infinite amount more because now we can't borrow from anyone because no one trusts us to repay them back. I mean, that would be like Armageddon. That'll never happen. We'll never default. We would rather just keep increasing the rate, you know, the ceiling than default. Good evening from Malaysia. Blitzboy Gaming, appreciate that. Of course, the U.S. will not default. When we get to control our own ceiling, why would we ever default? It's like your credit card. You maxed out your credit card. Say your limit is $10,000, right? You don't even need to call the credit card company to up the limit. You just decide, okay, I'm going to move my limit from $10,000 to $12,000. Then next month, you up it from $12,000 to $14,000. The next month, you up it from $14,000 to $16,000. We control our own debt ceiling. It's not like anyone else is controlling the U.S. debt ceiling. We control it. So, of course, we will just lift it up infinitely so we never default. I mean, why would you default? You would never, right? So, and how do you pay? Well, you borrow money. So if you hit that ceiling, next month you're like, hey, friends, family, I need to borrow a little more. You know, I'm going to issue you an IOU. Give me some money. And with this IOU, I'll pay you back interest, right? That's exactly what bonds are. Basically, it's borrowing money from other people and paying them interest. So imagine, though, one day you're like, I can't pay you interest anymore. Then those people that you borrow from will never lend you again. Right? So that's why we can't default. We can't not pay those interests, or it'll be utterly disastrous. So the only true way to hedge against all that is just to buy Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know. You just have to invest in something that outperforms inflation ultimately. Inflation happens due to printing and overprinting, and it's really that simple. If you had to sum it to one reason, it's due to more printing of money. USD, no other fiat on earth has a set supply. No governments will say, okay, we hit our supply of 10 trillion and we'll never print anymore. It's not. You won't find that anywhere. It will keep on going. So you have to find things that have scarcity, that isn't controlled by governments or central banks or anyone else that can just say, okay, we're going to print more of it. Okay? And that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a set supply. You can't change it. It's set in stone, and its inflation rate right now is getting cut every 4 years. It is what it is. No one could change that. How many days into the 90-day 1 million BTC? I think it's been about a month. I don't think we will hit $1 million in 2 more months. But in 2 more months, we could certainly see Bitcoin maybe at 40, 50,000, maybe like somewhere in between 45,000. You know, let's just project a little bit since we got a little time here. Here's some lines. So next up is about 31.6, which we could be touching upon shortly. But after that, you know, you got a little resistance here, 34, 37. Here's one, 45. This is certainly a point. And then afterwards, you got 52. You know, we got some levels to break. But, you know, after breaking 31.6, we're going all the way back to May 2022 when we first started falling, pre-FTX, pre-Luna, pre-Celsius. We get back there, we're looking golden, real golden. I mean, if we get into the 40s, then the 60s is not too far off, right? Let's see what else is doing good today. Cosmos up a little bit, 5%. Glad to see that. Aptos, 8%. Arbitrum, 13%. Arbitrum's having a good day. It's crazy to think that Terra Classic is still in the top 100. Still at 65. That's really amazing. GMX, Zcash, both having good days. Fractures having good day. Convex Finance having a good day. Woo Network, these are all like DeFi plays. Woo Network, wow, in the top 100. DYDX, a derivative play. Mass Network. Gemini Dollar. The new Terra is still, it's almost in the top 100 too. Yeah, man, Sushi Swap really crashed hard. Helium really crashed hard too. Yeah, you see, like, you know, page 2, right? These page 2 movers, with the exception of a few, they're not even moving better than page 1. This is what I'm saying. Like right now, small caps, they don't have a lot of strength. Some, yeah, a little bit here or there, but mostly the big caps and mid caps, they're the ones that show a lot of strength right now. The small caps still kind of shaky because we're not in that altcoin season bull run yet. But when we do get there, when we're in like second half 2024, first half of 2025, you go to page 2, page 3, you go see all of them being at like plus 30%. because that's when people are just purely speculating, putting all their money in on whatever seems hot, and everything's exploding, right? We're not quite there yet, but we will be. Manco, thank you. MicroStrategy up, Tesla up, Mara up big, Coinbase up big. This is what I like to see. All these crypto-related stocks and Tesla all up. So, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, let's conclude. Bitcoin is leading the surge, right? But now we got Ethereum surging. We got the meme coin surging. We got a lot of things surging. So overall, pretty exciting market. And it's going to get a lot more exciting, okay? Just look at this. It's going to get a lot more exciting. So stay strong, my friends. And I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.